Well, hello. It is May, and it's time for a art challenge for the month of May, with different prompts for each day. So I didn't film the first 2 days. The first one was find something in your kitchen to use on your mask. So I found these, and I used them a couple days ago. And the next day was a hot glue stamp. So I made this stamp. I decided to do it instead of on a piece of regular cardboard or cardstock. I put it on a little piece of corrugated and then smushed it down so they were flat. And that one turned out kind of cool. If you want to see the results of these 2 days, you'll have to go to my Instagram or Facebook pages. I will be posting those up just as still shots of my results. So today's prompt is homemade stencil. So a product that I like to use for a homemade stencil is cereal bag. The liner from a cereal box, because it's very durable, extremely durable. Even when you cut, like sometimes with the other plastics that you cut, if you cut a point, that is a very weak spot and you can easily tear that. Well, this doesn't tear very easily at all. So it's very thin, and it's recycling. So that's all win-win-win. You just cut the bottom off, cut down the side, and you end up with a flat piece. And I decided just to do some random, and you probably can't even see those yet, random diamond shapes. And we'll see what that does. I also, you're gonna think this is crazy, but I saved some of the little shapes that I cut out, because I can use those maybe as masks on there. I don't know, we'll see. I'm holding them together because they're very wild. They get out of hand. Okay, so just in case you need a refresher about what the difference between a stencil and a mask, when you have the holes in your piece here, the holes part, when you're trying to put the paint in through the holes, then you're using it as a stencil. If you're using the pieces that were cut out to block the paint, that's using it as a mask. So, stencil, mask. And it kind of makes sense when if you stop and think about a mask, what a mask is used to cover things. Okay. Now, other than following the prompt, I have no plans, except I thought it might be fun to take some prints that already have paint on them, that are just leftovers from other things, other projects, and put some diamonds on them. So let's get started. Let's try some silver diamonds on that black. I have no idea what that'll do. So this is really going to be about playing today, just playing, because I didn't have any other plan except to use this mask. Okay, try to get that on there. Ooh, that's kind of cool. And it's shiny. Shiny's always good. That's fun. It's kind of fun to play with this, knowing that it doesn't matter if it turns out, because I didn't have a plan for it to work anyway. If I use that in here, what's it gonna do? The silver paint that I have is quite not opaque, so it doesn't show up great, but it's kind of there. Let's see if I can finish up the rest of this copper that's in here. Now, if we offset it a little bit, I have no idea how these are going to line up, if they're going to be anywhere in the same vicinity or not. Ooh, that's kind of fun. Oh, yeah. How's about let that sit for a minute. That's kind of nice. Yeah, I think I'll leave those just, well, I should put one more layer and put gold. Put some gold down. Let's see, I wonder if I should plan this a little bit so that my diamonds end up in a different spot. There, how about there? Let's see. Oh. Cool. Yeah, I think that's enough layers on there. Let's try putting down some masks and see what happens if I just make these more random. The reason to put them down first is because then you don't have to worry about the paint drying before you get them all on there. I don't think that's where I want that. Okay, hopefully I can brayer this on without those coming off. That's always a trick. We shall see if I can get these. It's going to be a mystery because I can't see those masks at all. Can't see them. There's one. A mystery to us all. We'll see what happens. Now, if I take a quick print without leaving it down too long so that I don't pull up all the paint. Let that dry for a second while I take off the masks. And what should I use to pull this? Maybe black, because that metallic shows up really good against the black. But I'm going to need to wait till it's dry. Can you see? It's there. That's probably too much paint, so let's get rid of some of that. They say you want to see just a little bit of your underpainting there. About like that. Just enough to act as a glue between the layers. And of course, the more paint you get on, the longer it takes to dry. You can put a heavy layer on, but then you're going to have to let the paper sit for a long time to make sure that it's dry. Because if it's still wet in between, then the paint's going to be more likely to stay on the plate instead of sticking to the paper. So you got to get that right amount so that it doesn't take too long, unless you don't mind waiting. Let's try. May not get every little speck off there, but we shall see. It's doing pretty good. A couple spots, but that's quite an interesting background. Okay. Anyway, there we go. That's using a homemade stencil to get some different kinds of effects. That one might be interesting if I change the color. That one makes me try. I got to remember that this is a really good color combination. That purple and that green, both those together. This one not so much, but it might be fun to outline those. And of course, the really glamorous ones. Okay, that's day 3. Now I gotta remember to put the link for my Instagram and or Facebook pages, and you can go check those out for day 1 and day 2. Personally, I think day 2 was it's really worth the look, because I really like what came out of that print. Okay, that's it for now.